announcer is a veteran fight man, Ben Bentley, who was once a publicity man for Charles Sonny Lister.
The referee,
I'm sure you remember.
Nova, and the WPA supervisor at ringside, Nick Carousel.
There is the champion, Ernesto Espana. He's 24 years of age, weighed in at 133 3/4. His record 27-1, 26 of the victories by KO. He is obviously a solid puncher. He is very well trained by Nick Acosta from San Juan, his trainer-in-chief second. He's got good men in his corner, Johnny Moran of New York, Nelson Calzadilla from Caracas. His opponent is a Chicagoan, Espana, a Venezuelan. Spends most of his time between Chicago and Las Vegas. He's the #1 ranked contender. He's 27, weighed in at 134 3/4, 17-01 in record, and 10 KOs out of those 17 victories. Lira has a good counter right. He doesn't have the punching ability with both hands of Espana. His left hand somewhat suspect. Quickly the tail of the tape. If there's an advantage, it's in reach. The reach enjoyed by the champion Espana, who won his title with a victory over Claude Noel of Trinidad last June 16th. The champion has just been introduced here in the Imperial Ballroom of the Conrad Hilton Hotel as we come to you live. It is obviously a partisan crowd rooting for young Lira. Got his opportunity really on the wings of a stunning 6-round KO upset of Andy Gannigan in Honolulu last summer. It was August 1. We're about ready for the bout to begin. The referee is Nova of the Dominican Republic. One judge, Rodolfo Hill of Panama. Another judge, Huiso Fernandez of Puerto Rico. And so the bell for round 1. Fill you in on all the rules as we go. It's a 5-point must-scoring system here in Illinois. It's an 18-foot ring. Fighters are using Mexican-manufactured gloves, Casanova, so look for blood. The outer seam protrudes. These are the kind of gloves that we used in the bloodbath between Alexis Arguello and Alfredo Escalera in Rimini, Italy, in a fight we did this past winter. First round action in the burgundy trunks is Ernesto Espana. In the white trunks, Johnny Lira. We are coming to you live from Chicago, Illinois. Good right lead to the midsection by Lira. The kind of blow, as is so frequently stated, that takes its toll of an opponent's strength during the course of a fight. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Mandatory 8 count, of course. No standing 8 count. You can't be saved by the bell. And throwing in the towel is not permitted. This, the lightweight bout for the WBA crown. The crown vacated by Roberto Duran. Wild missing right by Lira. Counter punching by Espana. We have 45 seconds left in the first round. That's right. What you're doing. Lira, tremendous guts. Boxing means everything to him now. He had a troubled youth. Many brushes with the law. Boxing turned him around. Good counter punching again by Espana. Espana at this point, the aggressor. We're approaching the end of the first round, as you can see. Less than 10 seconds left. End of the round coming up. We're back for round 2. Espana, the burgundy trunks. Lira, the white trunks. WBA lightweight championship at stake. Remember, you should look for some bloodletting here if percentages hold true because of the make of the gloves. Gloves which, by the way, are outlawed in the jurisdiction of California, but approved of here, and they were what both fighters wanted. Espana, the more polished fighter, knows how to put punches together. Right there you saw Espana score with a left, miss with a right, and then as he doubled on the right, he scored. Three strands of ropes. Many prefer the 4 ropes. The 4 strands, more protective for the fighter, less danger of going through the ropes onto the ring apron or into the crowd. Ropes are well covered. There should be no rope burns on the fighters. I make that point because in recent fights I have seen unprotected ropes on 2 or 3 occasions. Espana trying to go to the midsection more this round. While Espana enjoys only a 3-inch edge in reach, he is clearly, for his weight classification, a long-arm fighter, and he knows how to make telling use of his reach advantage.
Straighten it up, John. Straighten it up.
You gotta respect a guy who scored 26 knockouts in 28 fights. Even if he were fighting statues. Lira trying to work to the midsection. This is an action fight, and it's what it figured to be. See the way Espana can counterpunch? Lira scores, and Espana comes right back. We are approaching the end of round 2. A good action round. This may not be the easiest fight in the world to score. The end of the round at hand. That's the late scene set. The bell for round 3 coming to you live from Chicago, Illinois. Ernesto Espana, the defending WBA lightweight champion, is back originally toward you, now to the left of your screen, now the back toward you, Johnny Lira of Chicago. Espana from Venezuela, a resident now of Caracas. Though born in Ciudad de Bolivar. And in a fight like this, with each fighter throwing as much leather as he has in the first 2 rounds, scoring becomes a problem. Right there, you saw the quick-handed Espana. Lira counter-punching with the right. Espana, it seems to me, has 2 basic edges. Reach. You saw Espana counter-punching there after Lira had scored 3 times to the midsection. Reach is one advantage. The other is his hand speed and the ability to throw punches more effectively in combination than Lira. That's a matter for the officials to decide. There is no official from the United States scoring this fight. It's a rule of the WBA and one of the rules that caused the original Galindez-Rossman blow-up in Las Vegas when the fight did not come off as scheduled. See Espana using that left. Lira effectively, I think, going to the midsection. We're a minute 45 into the 3rd round, and this partisan crowd of Chicagoans loving it. being thrown, don't you? That's why it's so hard to score this fight. How do you measure the effectiveness? Nova of the Dominican Republic, the third man in the ring. Adolfo Hill of Panama, Huizo Fernandez of Puerto Rico, the officials, the judges. And rapidly going by is the third round.
Seriously, Josh. That's it. Keep moving.
Lira with the right lead. Espana going to the midsection. And on the split screen, you can see the respective fighters. To the left, Johnny Lira. To the right, Ernesto Espana. The round card girl, briefly in the picture, but without particular relevancy to the contest. There is Espana, as Lira is presently covered. Lira, a tough kid, an absolutely unafraid kid, working with effectiveness to the midsection. The right lead at times effective. Espana, with the edge and reach, the more polished fighter, able to put punches together in combination more efficiently than Lira. There is Espana. And we have already described to you how he became the WBA lightweight champion. The bell for round 4 in what is a very close match thus far. Action-packed. No sign of blood drawn yet, despite my words about the Casanova brand glove that's being used. Lira on his toes. Good movement. Right there you see the strength of Espana, the talent, the ability to score with combinations. Lira covered reasonably well up to a point, but a number of those blows got through. Lira trying to come back from that earlier Espana barrage.
That's the way to keep him moving.
This is 4th round action. We are approaching the minute-and-a-half mark in the 4th round. There you see Lira fighting back. A lot of exchanges, aren't there, folks? These men are in there to render punishment. That left to Lira's stomach had to hurt him. It was a clean, sharp left. And getting right into the midsection. It had to hurt Lira, and indeed, you may have seen a half scowl or frown come over his face as he briefly held on. Again, Espana scored to the stomach, but John Lira came back with a good right. Hard-punching, rapidly paced fight. 40 seconds left in the 4th round. Espana knows now, if he didn't know before, he's got a tough cookie. That right lead of Lira scored effectively. But look at Espana come back. Some wild punches, but in the main, counter-punching effectively. Lira fights with the mouth half open. Sometimes it seems almost fully open. Sometimes you think you see a little blood there, but it hasn't really shown yet. Good right lead by Lira. We're going to stay with you as the bell sounds for the end of the 4th round. Back goes Ernesto Espana, the reigning champion, to his corner. He seems utterly composed, seems unhurt, has shown a good deal, I think, of polish during the course of the contest. Now let's go back.